Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Adib bin Baharudin. Today, I'm going to briefly explain about our chapter 1. So first of all, we choose Petronas as our company. So we move to the first one, which is company background. Petroleum Nasional Berhad, or mostly known as Petronas, is established in 1984 and become one of successful oil and gas company in Malaysia for the past 30 years. Petronas involved in almost all aspects of the natural oil and gas industries. Their business activity range is from upstream oil and gas exploration and production to downstream oil refining, marketing and distribution of petroleum products trading, gas processing and liquefaction, petrochemical manufacturing and marketing, shipping, automotive engineering, and also property investment. At the end of March 2005, Petronas Group has already comprised 103 wholly owned subsidiaries, 19 partly owned outfits, and 57 associated companies. Next, we move to company's mission. There are 4 Petronas company's mission, which is first one, we are a business entity. The second one, gas infrastructure and utilities is our core business. Third one, we operate safely, reliably, and competitively. And the last one, we optimize the gas value chains to maximize returns for our stakeholders. And next, for the company's vision, Petronas company's vision is a leading gas infrastructures and utilities company. Key competitors are rivals or firms or organizations that compete to attract customers, while for market share is a portion of market that controlled by a particular company or products. As we shown in the table, for Petronas competitor, we choose Shell Malaysia and Petron Corporation as the key competitor for Petronas. In the table, we can see that Shell Malaysia market share is 66.71%, which make them has more financial strength, and then followed by Petronas, which their market share is 32.26%, and last but not least, Petron with 1.03%. And we also know that since Petron is a new competitor that joins the oil and in the gas industry sector.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Uzair bin Raymie, and today I will present to you a strategic management analysis on Petronas Berhad in chapter 2, which are mission statement analysis, SWOT framework analysis, and financial ratios analysis. Okay, so first we go to Petronas current mission statements. There are 4, which are we are a business entity. Gas infrastructure and utilities are our core business. We operate safely, reliably, and competitively. And lastly is we optimize the gas value chain in maximize return for our stakeholder. So that's all for the Petronas current mission statement. So next we go to analysis of current mission statement with the 9 essential components. Okay, so as you can see on the slides, there are 2 tables. Okay, for the left side, for the table on the left is for the analysis of current mission statements of Petronas, and on the right side is the table of new mission statement of Petronas. Okay, so next we go to SWOT framework. There are 4 aspects on the SWOT framework, which are strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So as you can see on the slide, we have point each of the aspect in the SWOT framework of the Petronas, and next we go to the analysis of SWOT framework. Okay, There are two tables also, as you can see. Okay, on the left side is the table of strength and weakness of analysis of SWOT framework on the Petronas, and on the right side is the table of opportunities and threats for Petronas analysis of SWOT framework. And next we go to the financial ratio. Okay, as you can see, for profitability ratio, Petronas had an average high performance on their profitability ratio. And next is their liquidity ratio. Petronas had an low average performance on their liquidity ratio. And for activity and leverage ratio, Petronas had an average high performance on both ratios. So lastly, we go to the organizational cultural assessment. Okay, as you can see on the table, so we can point out for Petronas, they have a low interaction in social experience with customer. Although they have a social media accounts on every platform, they are just there to post their main activity, but do not have enough interaction with followers. In other aspect, the company is almost perfectly good in providing those aspects. So that's all for me on the chapter 2, and for the chapter 3 will be presented by Amirul Hakimi. So thank you.
Thank you, Tareq. Assalamualaikum. My name is Amir Hakimi and I will talk about the chapter 3. Okay, for the chapter 3, there are SWOT and TOS metric, which is, as you can see, they are SO and WO. For SO, this involves using an internal strength to take advantage of the opportunities. For the WO, it involves to improve on the company weakness by making use of the opportunities. Next slide, the ST and WT, which is ST involves the using of strengths to minimize the weakness. For the WT, it involves the elimination of weakness to combat the threat. Okay, next, space, which is a strategic position and action evaluation metric. Okay, based on the graph showed that the Petronas is in the competitive quadrant. Because of this result, the company must apply market development, product development, and market penetration strategy. Okay, next is the BCG metric. Okay, based on the BCG metric, the financial service strategic business unit is in the shining star. It works in a market that has the potential to develop in the future. This SBU contribute a significant portion of Petronas revenue. The strategic business unit of supply management service is a cash cow. It has been on operation for decades and produce significant revenue for Petronas. Petronas should stop additional investment in the market if not profitable enough. The question mark in the BCG metric is the strategic business area of Petronas for local food. In the future, this strategic business unit will become a cash cow and deliver profit to the enterprise. Next, the strategic plastic bag unit in the BCG metric of Petronas is marionette. The best way for the Petronas is to dump and reduce loss in this important business segment. Next is the Grand Strategy Metric. The Petronas Berhad is in Quadrant 1 in the Grand Strategy Metric since in its suitable application for aggressive strategy. Companies that are in Quadrant 1 are tremendous position in the strategy. Petronas can continue the objective in the strategy, which are concentration on the market development, market penetration, and product development. Quadrant 1 company no need to change from its competitive advantage. Quadrant 1 company is if the company is over engaged in particular product, relevant diversification might minimize the risk of a narrow product line. Quadrant 1 company may use external possibility in several sectors and can aggressively take risks when needed. Okay, next is the IE metric. And based on the IE metric, Petronas and IE score have fallen under the growth and build. This mean intensive and aggressive tactical strategy should be deployed. The strategy should focus on the market penetration, market development, and product development. From the operational perspective, a backward integration, forward integration, and horizontal integration should be considered. Okay, next we will see on the competitive profile metric. Okay, as you can see, the Petronas has a two competitor, which is a Shell and Petronas. And based on the result for the critical success factor, Petronas had a higher lead, which is 3.45, followed by the Shell
2.55, and lastly Petron with the 2.45. Okay, next, as you can see, uh, Petron is on the lowest because they are new entrants to the market. Okay, lastly, which is a metric analysis. Okay, we can see that there are 8 alternative strategy that have been proved by the Petronas, and that can be seen on the table. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Darwish bin Fais. And I'll be presenting about for today. First, we go to the quantitative strategic planning. So basically, there are three strategies that we have chose based on all the metrics we have done in chapter 3, which is market development, product development, and market penetrations. So the word strategy that we chose is market development due to the score the highest, which is 3 in our quantitative strategic planning. Next, we go to the proposed alternative strategy and long-term objective. So Petronas long-term objective is to be actively participative in the petroleum uh, resources of explorations. They also want to attain a full operation and also in technical expertise through their development of the manpower, and they want to achieve a high level of production to meet the nation to the crude oil and gas. They also want to be a leading upstream gas company in South Asia. So alternative strategies planning. So the first strategy is product development. So the advantage is that they are in the best position to support their product development and to have a future positioning plans. They can also be quite flexible while developing product while being competitive and sturdy. So the disadvantage is that it is difficult for Petronas actually to have to be rely on national regulations, so a restriction for them, and the final product can be affected. The last, so that strategy, uh, strategy number 2 is market penetration. It actually offers discounts in the price and also have a goals which is strategic in terms of increasing sales. This is the disadvantage is that the market penetration can be expensive when it hits a saturation level. The price can be cut even further actually. Last strategy is the market development. The advantage is that Petronas can have a good relationship with other countries. They can make trade more products, and they can have an increase in customers, which is very good for them. Although they have very high customers, but they can increase more. And the disadvantage is that it has higher costs when it comes to involved in international market, and higher cost means higher debt. So a little bit disadvantage, but if they can manage well, it will be good for them. For me, thank you.
My name is Muizzuddin Zulkarnain, and I'm going to briefly explain the chapter 5, that is strategy implementation. So, as we can see, market development has the best grade in quantitative strategic planning. So we have decided to go with market development as our Petronas main strategy. Next is the allocating resources and policies using McKinsey's 7s. First is the strategy. It requires Petronas to introduce and diversify their segmentation of their markets, segmentation for their new products globally. Second is the structure. The different divisions and departments have cross-functional connection, and the connection specialization process have led to the organization's success. Third is the system of the Petronas. Petronas is committed to producing high-quality products, and this type of system facilitates the market growth, strategies progress in a positive way. And fourth is the style. Its devotion to developing new solution and creating progress is reflected in the logo mark, implying a human-centered company that inspires and nurtures talent while also contributing to the community via responsible action and craft. And for the fifth is the shared value. Petronas values loyalty to the company, honesty, and integrity, while always constant strive for excellence, trust, and mutual respect. Six is the staff. Petronas appear to deepen personal relationship with the people who will be talented enough for specific employment duties and levels regarding skill enhancement. And lastly, seventh is the skills. Petronas take great pride in employing each greatest employees and nurturing them beyond that to help them achieve their full potential. Petronas place a high value on developing its workers' skills and capabilities. So that is the Petronas McKinsey 7th. And for the conclusion, we can see that Petronas has managed to create a synergy between all 7 parts of the McKinsey 7 structure. Petronas also managed to organize their workers to involve taking part to make sure the company can continue to operate and make more products that will satisfy their customers' needs and wants. And for our recommendation is for Petronas to further improve their workers with skills, to develop a group of knowledge and skillful people to help develop new products, while improving their communications to help deal with international companies on new projects or collaboration in the future. So that's all from me. Thank you.